guys, I'm Jason's Freebird Garage and I'm stoked. The project bike is finally in the garage. I've been talking about it numerous amounts of times throughout my other videos throughout the year. I have just been waiting for the correct time to put this in the garage to make sure I have everything laid out to be as consistent as possible. This is a project that I really wanted to lay out on the channel. That was a bit by bit, video by video that you see every week of this bike being put together, the best of my abilities, and it has finally come in and let's check it out. Bam! A 1988 Fxrt, and it's time to start working on this. Let's get up close. I feel like Van White showing you guys this way. Let's get up close and see what this bike has to offer. Starting off from the front, this is a true 1988 Fxrt. I repeat that because it is VIN as an RT or EC. Everything is still original on this bike. Well, some, I should say. The good parts. The gas tank still has the original paint. Looking a little dull, just needs to be buffed out. Definitely think we can do that. There's a couple scratches, but real simple to get cleaned up and look brand new again. Some great goodies on this thing. We got floorboards here. Now these aren't the FXRP floorboards. It just has like the X bar down below. I'll show you guys here. It's got the X bar, which is pretty sweet. These are, you know, not too rare, but rare enough where you're gonna pay quite a bit to be able to get a set. And you actually have to drill into your frame for this particular floorboard. So I don't believe that came stock. This came as an aftermarket. Looks like the dealer did this portion here. Bottom breather motor, 1988. That didn't get switched to 93. It's got the old carburetor before the CV carb on there. Can't remember the exact name of it, but that's before the CV carb. We'll probably be upgrading that to either an S&S, CV carb, or Mikuni. This original crash bar, these just have like really became more common. People wanting them, really dig them. It's got highway pegs still as well. Nice, all attached there. These are definitely aftermarket. I believe these were actually detached right before the guy actually sold and Evan was working on them because there was a draining problem with the battery. It's because of these aftermarket wonky lights. I guess they're more common now, just sideways and on headlight. Now, you know RTs, you know that it's missing something right here, which is a very big disappointment. The fairing, the classic fairing. 39mm front end, dual disc, definitely sweet to see because the 35mm dual disc just, you know, it looks okay and it works just fine, but the premium 39mm that these were essentially ended with when they were done in production, and that this still has it, it's pretty sweet. So looks pretty good. Fender needs to be cleaned up. It's got definitely some beat up scratches here. I don't know if it's been left outside. My assumption at one point or another it has definitely been left out, but that's not a problem. Get that fixed. Another goofy light there. Gas tank on this side. Looking pretty good. Badge is a little worn, but nothing too bad. Once again, I think that's the heaviest scratch you can feel right here, but nothing that I don't think we can buff out and make it look at least smooth to touch and back to normal. All right. And then once again, the floorboards, and another goodie that this came with as well, the rear passenger floorboards, which I really dig. I'm not changing those. Really like the dual. You usually see like one set and then not the other set, or sometimes you see this and not the front, but to see them both. And the 86 FXRD, make sure I got my acronyms correct. That is the one that actually had both of those. So I know that this was just an option afterwards that you can get on a bike from the dealer. The crash bar for the bags here, and of course, oh man, these leather bags. I think cleaned up in today's world, I think would look pretty sweet because it's got like a retro vibe to it, but definitely missing another very important part of this RT, which is the camshells. Still has the original King, it's called the King and Queen, like pillion area and seat, which is still good actually. This has no rips, no tears. This is still in good condition, which is nice. These are a little pricey if you want original. This is the last of the medallions, or whatever you want to call them, on the back here, but not too bad. Still has hinges on here that swing, which is sweet because that's another part that's a little pricey on there. We gotta definitely go through some of the wiring on here. And there is a gas leak. I know I gotta check out here. That's gonna be happening. And let's see here. All of the original wiring from the RT is inside of here. And back in the day, a lot of people didn't like what the RT looked like with the fairings, so they removed it. And my guess, the way that this was done, it looks to be that a factory or dealership actually did the work before the previous owner. The previous owner was not the original owner. The original owner said that he actually threw away both those. How sad is that? But that was back in the day, and you know, hindsight's 20/20 now. But they definitely look like they've done something more professional hiding it. They just didn't cut everything out. So stashed it all in there. I gotta go through that wiring. And pretty sure that's gonna be the extent of what this bike has. Yeah, that's standard. Covers, mirrors, still original, which these are pretty sweet. I have these on my bike. I just like the original Harley logos that are inside of here. Grips are pretty shot, so I end up changing them. Bars are original, the buckhorn style. You know, they're nice to feel, but man, the bushing risers up here, they're so squishy and movey, and like it just compared to my solid risers, it's just, oh man, it feels like you're just gonna either bend the bars back or forward. Doesn't feel too safe. But overall, decent shape. Pretty stoked about this, guys. This is what's coming up. You know, the idea is to morph this thing into a beautiful looking Fxrt, a good tribute, possibly a rebuild, restoration into this. Full walk around of the Fxrt in a nutshell. There's a lot to go through on this bike from front to rear. I mean, it was rode hard, put away wet. Definitely need to get things back up to spec, replace, change. I know that the base gaskets are leaking on the jugs there, so that's gonna have to be fully worked. That was the motor project that I was referring to back in this video up here, talking about which motor I should go to, because I got this bike right before I was deciding to redo my motor, and my FXRS, it's too solid, knock on wood. I mean, it's all together, it runs. When you have an FXR that does it, it's hard to crack into it, in my opinion. But a bike like this, where it needs the work, it's ready for diving in and having the surgery done on this motor and get it correct. And so we're gonna work on the motor. That's what we're gonna be working on, getting this EVO up and nice proper horsepower out of it. Gonna do some camshells in the rear when it comes to, hopefully. That all depends on the market, because those things are fucking expensive, finding an original. And then we're gonna find an original FXRT fairing up front, and I'm talking 86 and above, not below, because I want to keep it to the era. None of that aftermarket horse shit. You know, this is original RT that we're going to stick to. Now I say all this in hindsight, it's 2020, but that's where I really want to go to. The paint's fantastic on this still, in my opinion. Out of a 1988, looks really well, and it's meant to be kept that way. It just needs to be cleaned up, buffed out. If it was destroyed, then I would repaint it, or if it was already that way, then I would do it. I probably wouldn't do a full RT project on it, but it just seems right on there. That's the plan, guys. So if you have made it all the way through, I would greatly appreciate it if you could hit the subscribe button, tap that like, press the notification, leave a comment below and tell me what you think. And for those that have already subscribed, thank you. And as always, stay free. Catch you guys later. Peace.